You ready to build your own settlement, one that you actually want to stay in. What when you first start out, you can just use a little shack or whatever's available, but eventually you want to build something better. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm at the drive-in place. I already tore down a lot of the fence and the cars and everything else that comes around here. I like this place because it's a big open area. If you're wondering where the radiation barrels went in the middle, you can just go into the workshop mode and scrap them, and there's no more radiation. So hopefully these people stay out of my way enough. I'll show you how to build one. First you gotta go into workshop mode. If you want, you can check out the amount of supplies and stuff I have as they come up, and then see how much I have at the end to tell the amount of stuff it costed. It took probably like 6,000 caps at least of supplies that I had to get. First you're going to want a foundation, that way it'll be level and it won't look like your place is floating. I'm going to start right here at the corner of this concrete area. I'm going to drive in, then try to make it shallow enough but still tall enough so you can use steps to get to it. I'm gonna make it a 5 by 5. So there's two foundations you can use. I'm using this one because it uses steel and with the wood instead of concrete. You can use the concrete one, but I tend to find more steel in the game than I do concrete. That's why I'm using this. So it's 5 wide and 5 long, like that. And you just come over here and do the same thing. So you can tell just by looking at the edges it would have been a little uneven had you tried to just build the floor and everything. So it's better to do the foundation first, though it does take more of your materials. It's really annoying when these settlers get near me. They're in the way. I don't know why he's in there. Or why this doesn't seem to want to get put down.
Starting to think we're finally safe from those damn raiders.
He's so annoying. Why is he in my way? Maybe there's something he can farm to get rid of him. Oh, all the farm's taken care of. They're so annoying. I don't know why that won't go in there. That's weird. There. The regular floor managed, I guess, somehow. This looks a little odd. So don't match exactly. And there's gaps in the regular floor. I guess there's in the foundation too. Okay. Now he's annoying and getting stuck in there. Okay, anyways. Now I'm gonna build a metal place. The reason for that mainly is I wanted the doorway for the metal one is better than the wooden ones. So I'll do that in a minute though. First I'm gonna build the walls. See, it gets really annoying sometimes. It keeps trying to stick it to there. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe if I build my floor first. Hopefully that's lined up. I was gonna put a floor anyways in here, but now maybe it'll work how it's supposed to. There, finally. I don't know why it has to make it so complicated, something that should be very simple. It's wanting to put the wall in the middle, which doesn't make any sense at all. There, finally. So, if you're building a settlement, be prepared to be a little frustrated with some things that should be really easy. So yeah, I'm pointing like right at this. I don't get why it does that. It wants the walls in the middle. Oh. This is so annoying. Once I get the ground floor done, it'll be a lot easier. Just so that way it's not sticking to stuff so much. Okay. So, that's how all this part is on the bottom. It's a little annoying and takes a while, but then after that you just do the door. Goes right in here. See? So this is how it looks at first, the bottom part. Then you go over to walls. A lot of their walls I wouldn't use. Yeah, the second to last metal wall is what I use. That goes on the outside, and the part with the framing goes on the inside. Walls go on way easier. They're not sticking to everything. Okay, so that's mostly how the first floor goes. I still have to build roofing around here. And then I'm going to have a staircase too that goes up. So, let me see. Of course, it depends. You might prefer a wood one right here, since that's also going to be the floor to the second floor. But I like the metal stuff. Okay. So, there we have the roof. See where the door is? The opposite hole. Not the very last one, but second to last. That's where this goes. That way you can put it in a staircase, which is under wood. Go to the stairs. I used the very last one. I don't know why it doesn't hook on there. It seemed to hook onto stuff better before. Let me see. That's strange. There is a floor-based one you can use if you want. You can use this one. It's just that wasn't what I intended. And now there's a gap. Well, no, there's not a gap. It's just it sticks up, so it doesn't look too cool right there. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying. Maybe I can store that. And store one of these. Then go back and get this. Now it fits. That's what it is. So, though I had to put the floors there in order to make the walls and everything, if you pick that last one back up and put in this staircase, then it snaps too and fits. And then it doesn't make as big of a bump right there as it was. You could have used prefab things for all this, but see, every time you use a prefab, it has these poles right there, so it makes it feel a little more cramped. It's all right around the edges, which makes sense, so it supports the building, you know, for cosmetic reasons, but then I like to use the roof, so that way it's open in here. Okay, then you go up here to the second floor. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna use the 3x3 metal section is what I'm actually gonna keep. Which means I'm gonna have another staircase that goes right there. So, down here, when you go up, you can either come out here, or you can go all the way up, which this will be the roof. Okay, let me see. Need the prefabs for this, probably. Let's see how the walls go. I'm gonna need walls too. This is weird. Sorry it's taken a while. The staircase thing messed me up because I'd planned all this before on paper, and now it won't fit quite the same as I'd planned. Oh, that's still in the wood. I want the metal stuff. Going good. Got my same kind of walls as before. Yeah, I know there's a hole right here, but that's because I have things I gotta set up out here first before I go closing that off. I could set them up now, but I got that roof. Good. That sound, I think, is gonna be a storm coming in that's gonna give me radiation damage while I'm building. Oh well, I can take it. My character's tough. Or I'll be glowing green and die. But at least I'll have a cool house, and that's what counts. Alright. so let me see what I need. The power. Okay, I need the generators. I like to use the medium ones. They're usually what I prefer. I need one in each of these corners on the roof right here. Let's see. I'll adjust them better in a minute. Okay, so there's that. That's pretty good. You don't really have to adjust these to make them perfect, but I like it to look pretty uniform. Oh, that's pretty good. I can shut these off for now because I don't need them on yet. That looks pretty cool. The green storm. Nice green sky. It's good for my health. Okay. Go back into this mode. Go back to the second story. Okay, right here. I'm gonna do my defenses somewhere right there. Turrets, okay. Now you need spotlights so you can see what's going on. Put one there. One there. Okay, I'm gonna do that for each corner. This takes a lot of supplies. So I wouldn't suggest doing this real early in the game. It's gonna take a while. I already set up my sanctuary settlement and spent a lot, and it's doing really good. And it took a while to save up the money for this. Okay, that's all 4 spotlights. Now the second machine gun turret. That way it does a little better on defense. Do that right on the corner. We'll go on each corner. We'll have one of these. And I ran out of steel because I had to use too much for this building. Oh, that's not good. Let me see. Maybe I can drop some extra things that I don't need. Inventory. Let me see. That should give me metal. That should give me metal. Yeah, I don't want to throw that away. There. See? You can just throw your weapons on the floor, and then you can go back into workshop mode and scrap them. Oh, cool. 4 steel from each pipe pistol. I don't really need that. I have a pile of weapons in my normal sanctuary base anyways. Okay. Oh yeah, for here, I might as well do it now. Need the steps. Stairs, use these ones. Yeah, that way you can walk up there pretty easy. And go to the back and get up here. Let's see, there's my exit. Okay, so continue the defense for my last turret. See, it takes a lot of resources to do all this stuff. I would have had enough. I had planned for plenty, but then I built part of this fence, so that wasted more of my steel. Of course, I still don't have a fence all the way around. I have it down on that side some, but not around here yet. Okay, let me see what else I need. Gotta connect this too. So let's jump down there. Press Y to attach the wire. Attach it to the spotlight. Attach it to the second spotlight. Gotta do that on all 4 of them. Now that provides 5 power, and those are only using 2 each, so that each one of these will have 1 power left over that I can use for something else. There you go. That's all 4 spotlights, got power. I don't remember what else I'm supposed to do. Eventually I was gonna put down here, put all the beds. I have a bunch of beds that are in the other area of this base. And these, I was gonna use these guard towers. Put one on each of the 4 sections up here. You do have to assign settlers to these for them to work, but in case you didn't know, settlers don't actually use up ammo. So you can give them really good guns. You can give them laser guns or high-powered sniper rifles or your best shotguns, or you can even give a settler a minigun if you want. And as long as they have at least 1 bullet, then they have unlimited bullets. But that doesn't count for your companions, so if you have companions in here, they will use up ammo. But any of the settlers, as long as they have 1 bullet, they'll be fine. So you could potentially have 4 regular settlers up here, give them decent armor, and then give them really good guns. Now, since I already have turrets for machine guns to do the regular physical damage, you'd be better off giving them laser guns and other kinds of energy weapons. That way you have multiple types of damage for any enemies that attack. I'll go out of here. Turn on my generators. But you won't be able to fully appreciate this place until it's nighttime, so you can see how it actually looks.
Farming's as honest work gets.
But it's a pretty good base right there. Then you just gotta assign the settlers there. I don't know which ones are assigned to the farm. I'll figure that out later. I'll do another video later when I set up the marketplace and stuff like that. But there's the basic place. Now if you want, you can add lights in here. If you want, you just gotta add the power conduits. So if you want to do that, I can do that real quick. I have 4 extra power, so that means I could use 4 lights in here. Oh, whoops, I accidentally put one underneath the staircase. I'll put one there, and one on this side. Make the most sense. And I don't have enough steel to finish it because I wasted it all on that fence. Anyways, the other things you'd need, you just need a power conduit, wherever they are. One of these. And it still needs more steel. Anyways, you just put one of these on the floor. And you attach the wires from each of these 4 generators to the power conduit on the floor. And then that would power up to 4 light bulbs. So You can have a couple in this story and a couple down in that one. And then you gotta put beds all in here too. You'll be able to fit quite a bit of beds in here. So you can probably fit 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. You can fit at least 14 of the normal size beds in there easily. And then in here, if you want, you can fit the rest. You can only have 20 settlers right now, so you can use this as your bunkhouse and fit all 20 settlers in here so they have a safe place to sleep. So I hope this helped. I can actually wait and put it at nighttime so you can see how it looks in the dark. You have to sit down in a chair or something though in order to wait. There. I'll wait so you can see how it is at nighttime with the spotlights, and then that'll be the end of the video. I think it takes a little while to wait until they can see if there's any events that happens. See? There you go.
Someday, super mutants kill everything.
See? There's spotlights on each corner.
Want someone to eat?
I wouldn't want to put a light up top though, because if someone's attacking your base, you want the spotlights down here so you can see them. But you don't want the lights up top on your soldiers so they can see you. It's better if you're hidden, but they're visible. It's not all the way dark yet, but still. And then the water, you can use this also to make money, in case you didn't know. You can put multiple of these water pumps in here. You can probably fit like 6 or 7 of them in there. The water purifiers. And you do that, and then your farm over here, if you use potatoes, corn, and mut fruit, you can use those things at a cooking station in order to make more adhesive, in case you're having trouble finding adhesive. So you can do that and keep getting adhesive as much as you want. It takes 3 of each thing, so, and it takes a purified water, which you get from the water purifier. So if you do that, you can keep making adhesive as much as you want. And also your settlers do make that stuff, so go over here to your workshop every once in a while when you come into your town. Press X to go on the transfer. And if you press to the right, see under aid, then that's going to show you the farming supplies, the excess that they built up, which you can take them either to replant or to sell. And then sometimes it'll have money in there too. If you set up shops from a marketplace in your town, then there'll also be caps in there for free. So, oh yeah, I forgot my door. It's the last thing I needed. Which I probably don't have any steel, so I can't make a door right now anyways. Yeah, I don't have any steel. So, I think you need, let me see, I think I wrote it down. If you have 600 steel and 600 wood, you'd have plenty to do this whole thing. And the other supplies you need 16 circuitry, 36 gear, 24 copper, 6 ceramic, 12 rubber, 20 screws, 24 oil, and 16 glass. So if you have all those supplies plus at least 600 wood and steel, then you'd have plenty to build this whole thing right here. Okay? Let me know what you guys think.